So what about frame relay multi-point configuration? We can work through that. And so to do that, what we'll do is we'll tear down maybe this router 2 configuration here. So we'll just go into that. In fact, you know what? Let me take you through this. So if you go into some interface serial 00, and we say no, sorry, let's just do no interface S00.1. You see this error here? Well, it's not an error, it's just an informational, that's a message here. Not all config may be removed and may reappear after reactivating the subinterface. See that? So if you've got inverse ARP learning going on your router and you just take this down, some of that frame relay ARP traffic, so something that I've noticed sometimes, and not all the time, everything seems to be different depending on which router you're on or which iOS version you're running. But sometimes when you take this config out, it's still there, and the only way out of that is the only way out of that problem is to reload the router normally. But one thing that I have found you can do, which is quicker, is just to go into the interface, change the encapsulation to like PPP, right, and then that just tears everything down. Then put frame relay back on, and everything's sweet again. Okay, so that's a little quick fix for that I found works sometimes. Alright, so let's do a physical interface configuration now, right? So we're going to go between R1 and R2. Let's do this. So again, interface serial 0. We're going to do encapsulation PPP, so tear down all the frame relay stuff. Go back into frame relay, and we'll so there we go. So we've got no sub interfaces now, or we shouldn't do. Let me just do a show run int S00. Yeah, and there's nothing in 01. There's no configuration left anymore because we tore it down with the PPP. All right, so we're back where we were. Let's give this interface an IP address. So we're already running encapsulation frame relay. IP address 10.1.12. Whoops, 12.1. So this is exactly as it was when we had the point-to-point sub interface. We're going to run the same configuration, except this time it's on the physical interface, and we'll do the same on R2. So IP address 10.1.12.2. And the interface is already up, so we should do ping 10.1.12.1. Interface is up, right? Hang on a minute. Show frame relay map. Ah, that's right. We've not got no. Okay, so we've got no interface. So no interface. It's not learning any Delcy information. We've not told it any Delcy information, so it's not learning the other side of the link here. So what we'll do, instead of turning the frame relay Delcy number on, because it's a physical interface and therefore could go anywhere, we'll use a frame relay map statement. So frame relay map IP 10.1.12.2, so that's the remote side, and then we'll just give it the Delcy number, so 102. Oh, in fact, and also the keyword that everyone forgets, and even I just then, is broadcast. So without putting that broadcast keyword on the end, you won't be able to export broadcast traffic across the frame cloud. So frame relay map IP, you're mapping IP, and there are other protocols that you can put in there, like IPX. Frame relay map, yeah, all those great things. Look at that. So we've got IP, quite a lot of things over there. IPv over Ethernet, IPv6, of course, and all that good stuff. So, but we're interested only in frame relay IP. So frame relay map IP, you give it the remote side's IP address, you give it the Delcy number that you're going to run it down, and you give it the broadcast keyword. Done. And then on R2 you do the reverse. So we do frame relay map IP 10.1.12.1, Delcy that you're going to throw it down, so 201 because we're going from route 2 to route 1, and then the broadcast key statement again. If we do show frame relay map this time, we'll see that it's static because we manually pushed that in there, and look, you've got your IP address which wasn't there on the point-to-point interface that we configured earlier. But now we should be able to ping, so let's just do that. Ping 2, which we can do. Let's ping 1 just for completeness. And there you go. Alright, so that's a physical interface configuration, not using the learning, the inverse ARP learning, although inverse ARP is still enabled on that interface. So to turn inverse ARP off, you just do no frame relay inverse ARP. Yeah. So that you know the where it learned the remote side's layer 3 address automatically, magically, when we did it the first time around, and that was using something called inverse ARP, and you can turn that off with that statement there. You should bear in mind actually, if your interface is up already, it may have already learned a lot of that stuff. So you'd normally do the no frame relay inverse ARP first, and then you'd do the no shut. Yeah. So your interface is down; it's not learned anything. Disable inverse ARP, then bring it up. Don't bring up the interface and then disable frame relay inverse ARP, because it's likely you would have learned things already. Okay, so the next thing we can look at here is point to multipoint. Maybe should we do that? So this is the hub and spoke configuration we were just going on before. So we've got R1 as the hub and R2, 3, and 4 as the spokes. So let's just tear down this this configuration on here. So we'll do that same way that we did before. Encapsulation PVP gets rid of all the frame relay gubbins, and then on R1 we'll do the same. Encapsulation PVP, and then let's put back frame relay back on again. So encapsulation frame relay, and then same on R2, encapsulation frame relay. There we go. So on R1, what I think we'll do, so we can do multipoint, where basically let's say R1, R2, R3, and R4 are all sharing the same layer 3 network. So we can have 10.1, let's have 111.0/24, and this will be .1, this will be .2, this will be .3, this will be .4. So it's point to multipoint, but it's one shared network. And then we could have point to point, where we've got R1 to R2 with one network, R1 to R3 with another network, and R1 to R4 with another network. Okay, so you can configure it in multiple ways. Let's go ahead with the shared class, the shared network. So it's point to multipoint with a common subnet. Let's go into here then. So we've got serial 00, and we're going to do some sub interfaces now. So serial 00.1, and this is point to multipoint. So this time we do we configure it in that way. What we're doing? Or is it just multipoint? Maybe it's just multipoint. Multipoint. Yeah, there we go. And then IP address 10.1.12.1. Yeah, and 255.205.250 on this one. Idiots. Hang on a minute. Int 00. No IP address. Let's go back in here. Put that in. There we go. Great. So we're going to do frame relay interface DLC 102, 101, 102, and come out of that. And we're also running 103, and we're also running 104. So that's one sub interface with 3 DLCs running on it and 1 IP address. Cool with that? Alright. So let's configure the same on R2 now. Let's pop in there. So on this one we're going to go serial interface 0.0.0.0.0/0. We'll make it a sub interface, although we probably don't need to. This is going to be point to multipoint. Is this going to be multipoint? This is going to be... Nope, this is not. This is a point to point, and we're going to give it an IP address 10.1.12.2.255.255.255.0. Goodness, no IP address. Let's do that. And then we'll just give this one a frame relay interface DLC 201. There we go. And same on R3. So actually, let's get rid of this. The host name, so we'll do R4 first because that came up first. Let's go into serial 00, encapsulation frame relay, interface serial 00.4, doesn't matter, sorry, point to point, IP address 10.1.12.4, frame relay interface DLC 401. Let's come out of the sub interface. Do a no shot on the primary, on the physical interface. Now let's configure R3. Hostname R3. 00. Encapsulation frame relay. 0.0.3 point to point. IP address 10.1.12.3. Whoops. Frame relay interface DLC 301 and 00 no shut. Okay, so we configured this guy here with one multi-point sub-interface with 3 DLCIs on it. One from R1 to R2, one from R1 to R3, one from R1 to R4. On this guy we configured one point-to-point sub-interface just going to R1. This guy with a point-to-point sub-interface going to R1. This guy with a point-to-point sub-interface going to R1. Alright, so this guy's the hub, these guys are the spokes. So, if we just have a look at the show frame relay map statement in here, we should have, in fact what we've got there, we've learned 12.2 and 12.4, but we have not learned 12.3. So why is that? Maybe I've not configured the IP address. Did I do that? Yes, I did. So it's just not learned it yet. Let's do some pinging. So 10.1.12.2, that's fine. 10.1.12.4, that's fine. 10.1.12.3, it's fine. So if we do the map statement now, we should have that there. There we go. So we've learned that one through DLCI 102. You can see it there. That one through DLCI 103. You can see it there. And that one through DLCI 104. You can see that there as well. And they were all dynamically learned with inverse ARP. Okay. Right, so we've just been through this inverse ARP thing. Maybe it'd be wise just for us to cover that off, how we stopped inverse ARP learning. So let's go into serial 00. Let's do a shut on that. If you just do a show frame map, that's gone, right? But I'm fairly sure if we bring that back, it'll be all game on again. Let's go into serial 00.1 and we'll do a frame relay map IP 10.1.12.2. That's going from DLCA 102 broadcast, and 3 was via 103 broadcast, and 4 was via 104 broadcast, and then we'll go into 00. No frame relay inverse ARP. Now we'll do a no shut. Oh, sorry. No shut. Show frame map. And then we've got some static ones now, yeah? So those look the same, but instead of saying dynamic to static, let's just bring the dynamic ones back so you can remember what that looked like. So there's the dynamic one. There's the broadcast keyword. Dynamic. There's the DLCI. There's the IP address. Here's the manual one that we set up with the frame relay map command. We've got the IP address, DLCI, static this time, not dynamic, broadcast, Cisco encapsulation type there. Alright. So this should still work the same. So 10.1.12.2, 10.1.12.3, 10.1.12.4. Okay. Alright, so I guess that's it for basic frame relay configuration. I have absolutely thrown that through there. So hopefully not too many questions, but if you guys have got any questions about what I've said in the video, please drop me a note. I really do appreciate the collaboration with you guys, and I'd just like to make this better and better. So keep those comments coming, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye now.